Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. It's Fart Pancakes here, and we are back with another Watcher of Realms video. This time we are on the test server, joined by Destined here. Hello, say hi.
Hi, I am also here. I have been dragged here beyond my control. But yeah, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Actually, I was gonna do like a collab with Destined since he wanted to go over the new heroes. And since we agreed to do that, I was like, hey, why don't you join me in my video and we're gonna go over Numera twice together. So, you know, we have Mr. Expert in Guild Boss 2 takeovers over here. And as I was going through Numera's kit, I thought the best place she could work in was Guild Boss 2. But before we go into that, as you guys can see here, we are gonna talk about Numera. I'm really excited for her because I love the Starpiercer faction. I really love Silas and Iovar, and when I saw this girl, I was like, wait, isn't this like female Iovar or like Iovar's wife or something? And everyone's talking about how like, oh, why doesn't she have a bond skill with Iovar or something like that? And before the recording, Destin and I were looking through her lore based in the gallery, and you know, you would see the whole thing here. So once she launches and you guys can check her out, you can go read the story here. I'm not going to read it to you guys because it's too long. But to sum it up,
I sum it up?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it, Destin.
Okay, so basically, and if it sounds weird, this is just me summarizing the lore, okay? It's not me making it sound weird. Basically, she was supposed to be good, but then she turned out to not be good. So then she was like a poacher or something, and then Iovar was like, we don't like that, shot her with a bow, put her in the ground, and then she became one with a tree, and now she's like part of the forest, and now she's good. And that's the whole story.
That's, yeah, in a way, yes, that is a rough estimate of her lore. So, yeah, as you can see in this first paragraph here, based on a quote that Elowin was saying, whether she is a curse or a blessing, only time will tell. So, like Destin mentioned, you know, she's supposed to be good, but then she turned out to not be good, and then she became good. So, the way she looks right now, you would think, oh, is this Iovar waifu? Or is she a female Iovar? Actually, she did not originally look like this. She looked like something else. She was supposed to be a fae, and we don't know what that is. Maybe it's gonna be a future faction or something, but she only became a Starpiercer because Iovar shot her and she became one with a tree. So...
Yeah. She basically got converted.
yeah, basically. So now she's part of their cult. But yeah, this is how she looks like Iovar now, because she became one with the forest, and now she's got the same look and feel as Iovar. So now she's on a mission for redemption, and it's not like there's some kind of love story or anything between Iovar, okay? You know, get none of that. Not like the Honora Ymrit nonsense.
no Honora Ymrit 2.0, thank God.
Yeah.
But she does look sick. I really like her design. Maybe that's because I really love Iovar's design. Like, one of my favorite designs in the game.
Same.
But she looks sick. She looks sick.
Are you tired of losing? Well, now you can start winning when you use Smileone to top up on W Gold. If you go down to the description box of one of my videos and use these links here, it will take you to the landing page of Smileone, the official third-party payment platform for Watcher of Realms. The great thing about Smileone is that they give you a long-term 10% discount on all your purchases. So if you were ever to buy packs in the game, you might as well save 10% on everything you purchase. And right now, there is a top-up rebate event running from August 14th all the way to 19th. So if you're gonna buy packs and get ready for the upcoming banners, I'm sure you guys have all seen the leaks with everything coming. you should start stocking up on all your summons right now. This would be a good time to stock up on all your W gold and stock up on all the free goodies you get with it. If you see this chart here, this is all the rebate items you get from each tier of W gold that you purchase. And we have so many testimonials of success stories just like this one. I used Smileone to save 10% off on all my purchases and I won a gold medal from the Olympics. 10 out of 10. And there you have it, guys. And don't forget, Smileone is available in these regions here, so make sure it's available in your country so you can start saving today. Alright, that's it from me. Good luck on your summons, everyone. Back to the video. This is what she looks like. Let's go ahead and go over her skills. So, as far as range goes...
I haven't seen the skills. I haven't seen the skills at all yet.
Oh, okay, so we can go over it together. Alright.
Yeah.
So
I've had them for a while, but I've never looked over them.
And now today you're gonna find out. So let's go over her talent then. So when hitting an enemy with basic attacks, gains a Grim Thorn Spike. So it's in the lore, when she became one with the tree, she was actually trying to she was trying to chop down a tree and like exploit the forest and gain its powers, and it was the Grimthorn Elm. And then when Iovar shot her, she became one with the Grimthorn Elm. That's why she has these Grimthorn spikes now, because she has the power of the trees. Just a quick side note. So yeah, there's that. And then there can be at most 4 Grimthorn spikes gained from this effect at the same time when the hero already has 4 Grimthorn spikes. Triggering talent restores 50 rage instead. So it's kind of like Iovar's ulti, you know how he like summons a sword and then he just launches all those swords. This is basically the same thing, but you know, with the Grimthorn spikes instead.
Yep, and it's interesting that when you cap it out, it instead like does a different thing, like building rate.
Yeah, which is really nice.
Which is cool, yeah.
And then her basic attack, it's a single target, so it deals 120% damage to one enemy. Not a whole lot of places where that's good, but right off the bat, you know she's just a single target DPS.
I mean, that's as basic as
yeah.
To be real.
Yeah. Now we have her passive, so inflict stun when at least 2 Grimthorn spikes hit the same target in a short period, and triggers Toxic Surge one time of 60% damage per poison stack when at least 3 Grimthorn spikes hit the same target in a short period. So what's interesting about this one is that when you skill up, you add the stun duration time, and it goes up to 3 seconds. So when I saw this, I thought, wow, this could be great on Guild Boss 2 in Phase 1, where you want to hit like the CC. And then the fact that we have Toxic Surge, where you consume the poison effects inflicted on the target. So this tells me that you want to synergize her with a poison team, because if you look at the rest of her skills, she doesn't innately have poison. Because the only other thing she has is Grimthorn Roots, which is just true damage. Nothing about poisons here. So before we...
damage is very good though.
Yeah. So as far as Star Piercers go and poison, we have Aracha, we have Cuke, we have
Esme.
Esme, yes.
Cutter, Screef.
Yeah, all those guys that nobody really pays attention to. So maybe if you like want to run like I don't know, those other poison dudes are like a bunch of little dwarves. So it's like this lady with a bunch of dwarves.
There's like, it's like Snow White.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So if you want to...
There's really not enough good poisoners for that to be the most insane thing ever. But just to kind of go off on a tangent, if that's alright.
Yeah.
This game doesn't have a lot of synergy moves. Like, this is pretty unique for this game. Like, there isn't a lot of things where, like, you want to build them with other things. Like, obviously, Maiko with Burning, how she gets stronger, that exists. But that's like it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely cool they're looking to have more like team synergies, because currently it's just toss things that correspond to the lords in and just toss your strongest units without really caring about the, you know, the debuffs or anything.
Yeah.
So it's cool they're doing this.
But maybe that will kind of foreshadow, like in the future we might see more Star Piercers with poisons. Because you
New
would,
faction confirmed?
or maybe, who knows? But I was thinking, like, when you look at this character, you're probably thinking, like, oh, let me run her with like an Iovar comp. But you know, if you want to make use of the Toxic Surge, maybe Aracha would be the better lord to, you know, put her up with because of the poisons. But we're gonna test that later. If we run her in Guild Boss 2, who would be the better lord that gives her more damage, Iovar or Aracha? Before we get to that, let's finish the rest of her skills. So the next passive, each Grimthorn Spike inflicts Grimthorn Roots on the enemy. So what that does is it inflicts continuous true damage, and as Destin mentioned, true damage is OP. Obviously, that's like,
broken.
you know, yeah, broken, the most damage you want to do in this game,
Yep.
aka Praetus, right? So
Praetus.
so deals continuous true damage equal to 30% of the caster's attack per second, stacking up to 6 times, cannot be dispelled. So 3 times 6, 18, so like 180% of the attack. And so that tells me, since she is magic based, you'll just do like all attack right side gear, not really crit damage, and that's how the scaling will give her more damage. And then
Yeah, another area where attack is by far the best thing. Best stat, yay.
Yep. And then we have her ultimate. So immediately gains 2 extra Grimthorn Spikes and rapidly launches all Grimthorn Spikes to random enemies in range after charging for a short period. Each spike dealing 280% damage. That's kind of huge.
Ooh.
So this almost...
And it's so fast.
Yeah. And I think 400 cost is relatively low, right? And it's an auto ultimate. So you would kind of...
Oh, it's auto.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you would just run like a Soulbound Arcana and then just let her just do her thing. You don't even have to pay attention to her.
And what's interesting is if we read, it says when hitting an enemy with basic attacks, gains 1 Grimstone Spike on the talent. Can be at least 4 from that ability, but the alt adds 2, so she's sending out 6. And that also corresponds to her, like, the true damage thing, where you can put up to 6, right? So you can put all of the stacks on or whatever.
Yeah, so I hope to see she does a lot of damage, just because true damage is OP, and you know, you're sending out a lot of these, and with the auto ult, this is relatively low cooldown, I think, so she should be ulting often. Like
and
Arrogance.
she also gains rage.
Yeah.
She gains rage. So you're gonna want her with like a ton of attack speed if you can. So she's like constantly building it, getting rid of it, building the rage, you know, over and over again. And that'll be sick.
Okay, so this is the gear I have on her right now. Would you say all attack, right? Or like one attack speed thing here? Because I do have attack speed everywhere else. Well, maybe not here, but...
I would put attack speed on the weapon and then that should be good.
Okay. Let's see if we got some attack speed here. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, like that. Perfect. Just for a little bit more attack speed, you know. We lose like what, 15-20% crit damage, whatever.
Yeah, in this case, based on what we saw in our kit, we want to prioritize attack speed and attack, not so much crit damage. So yeah, she's fully max skilled, and we're just gonna run her A0 so we don't do any of this OP stuff, because her A1 is heals the hero for 20% of the true damage dealt, which is really nice, self-sustain right there.
That's very nice.
A2 is just, you know, add 300 attack, pretty basic. A3, during ultimate, increases damage by 25%. Damage dealt by Grimthorn Spike will guarantee to be crit hits. So if you don't have her built with 100 crit, I guess every time you ult, it's gonna guarantee crit anyway, and do 25% damage on top of that. So pretty strong A3.
Yeah. Very strong, yeah.
And then 8% penetration A4.
That's very good too.
Yeah, that on top of true damage is kind of OP. And then A5 ignores 30% magic res when attacking enemies inflicted with Grimthorn Roots. So that's basically everyone getting hit. Yeah, so that's huge. She's doing true damage, doing 8% penetration, and ignoring 30% magic resistance. So if you get her A5, she's gonna be doing like huge nuking damage. I think she could be like Silas 2.0.
Yeah,
almost,
maybe.
Almost. But she's the magic version of that, right? Because
Well,
Silas is the piercing. You know, he's doing
yeah,
the physical damage. She's doing magic damage. So,
yeah. Though I will say, I hope she sucks, so I don't feel obligated to pull on her, so I can
well,
save.
we do know her banner's coming. We just gotta save all our resources. But after we do some test runs, maybe that will make you reconsider. Okay, at A0, how good is she? And then if she's that good at A0, how can she be at A5? Maybe that could be an
I'm not pulling
interesting
for
test.
A5, or I will be in shambles.
Let's go ahead and show the team that I have set up for Guild Boss 2. So I'm running her with the Piercer faction, obviously with Iovar to start. Silas, one of the best one. It is bonded, by the way. And then we have Elowen because she's the best for rage regen, and then Pharisee because of the mitigation and heals, and then I just ran with a Nightmare comp because there's not a lot of good DPS that are floor units. I can't have everyone as a platform, so we're just running a straightforward Nightmare comp, and this is pretty easily accessible to most players. Anyway, this is how I have it set up. So
Yep.
these are the Invig units, and everyone else is just pure damage.
So Numera's the only one with Invig. Okay.
Okay, so this is how I have it set up. And I don't do anything special. I just like straight run it down and then save the healer skills. Well, actually it's just Elowen that I'm saving. But yeah, everyone here is A0. No special like awakenings or anything. It would be nice if I did, because like Elowen with awakenings is really nice if you pop her heals for like mitigation.
And Numera is just constantly going. Like,
Yeah.
she,
Look at how
when she
quickly her rage bar goes up.
yeah, she does 4 basic attacks, right? To build
Yeah.
up her swords, and then she gets 50 rage on every subsequent attack. So she has almost like, it's not permanent, but it's like she has like 30-40% uptime on her true damage thing.
Yeah,
Which is kind
and
of sick.
if we're comparing like the rage bars on Arrogance and Numera, because they're both running on auto ults and they kind of have like the same range, but you see how quickly Numera goes up. Like,
Yeah.
it's so fast.
It's insanely fast. This is one of the fastest building ults in the game. Like, what the heck? Because there's no stuns, no.
There's supposed to be stuns coming in from Numera.
She's not really
But-
stunning much, is she?
Yeah. Everyone's just getting bopped left and right. She's still standing though. We don't. Oh, our healers are gone. I think we're gonna die here.
Let's see how. Yeah,
Yeah, she's not hitting these stuns.
she's not stunning.
So I think this is gonna be the end of the run. We'll just let Torador die here, and then we'll look at the total damage. Okay, let's see what we have. Alright, so the damage, our piercers are doing the most damage. Silas is doing the most because it's Silas. And then Iovar is doing more.
Keep in
We
mind
don't
they both have, what's it called? Not penetration. Yeah, penetration on like their abilities. So they're going through the defensive areas.
But we also have true damage from Numera that these guys don't have. So in this case, are we getting more damage from penetration or true damage? So in this case, I guess penetration is doing more than true damage. But if we somehow get A5 on Numera, maybe she would outdamage them because she'll be doing true damage with the penetration on top.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of the team, like, we don't care about them. This is all about Numera.
Yeah, and Arrogance, obviously, the GOAT. We love Arrogance.
Yep. Oh yeah, they're actually doing the same amount of damage, pretty much, for their auto ults. And yeah, they're basically the same fighters, except, you know, Numera's exclusively magic, and you're getting mixed from Arrogance. And you actually get true damage out of her, but these guys still do the same amount of damage anyway. So that's kind of
I think this
interesting.
just speaks to the fact that arrogance is so strong.
Yeah. Or also could be a
More
difference in
than her.
gear too. Gear is also a
Yeah,
factor.
maybe.
They're both on the same artifact though. I put them on maxed out Realm Tear.
Okay.
And he also has Lust Bond skill too, and Numera doesn't have any Bond skill. Then they're both running a Soulbound Arcana set. So kind of similar gear. Very, very similar gear actually.
Interesting.
You're getting slightly more attack on Arrogance gear, but
So that's just his base
Yeah.
attack.
but yeah, they're basically the same build. So yeah, I guess they both do same amount of damage. And then anyone that's curious, here's the gear that we have on Silas and Iovar. And then we have the rest of the Nightmare comp, which, you know, really doesn't matter at all. Because this is the showcase for Numera. So, with...
Also, something to keep in mind is Numera was the only person to have Ibvig in that team.
Yes,
So,
that too.
So Arrogance would have done more than her.
Yeah, that's also a good thing to note. As far as the stuns, yeah, so inflict stun when at least 2 Grimthorn spikes hit the same target in a short period, and we only have 1 target. So there should constantly be a stun up, but I don't know. Is there a cooldown on this? Because after every 2 basic attacks, she should have at least 2 Grimthorn spikes to hit a stun,
Yeah.
but I don't know, I don't see it. Yeah, so each basic attack is a
weird.
Grimthorn spike. So every 2 basic attacks should land a stun, and we were not getting those at all.
No.
Maybe it's broken, maybe it needs to be fixed, maybe it needs to be buffed, kind of like the Lucius situation, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird that it reads a certain way and then it doesn't do
Well-
what it reads. It seems like a very reoccurring issue.
That's a little disappointing, but it is what it is. So going off of this same experiment, we're gonna run through the same exact scenario with Aracha on Iovar's gear. And then we'll see if she did more damage with the Aracha as a lord or Iovar as a lord. Just gonna run her own and plus 10 it, because I did have Silas in a plus 10 of his own artifact as well. So I think that should be good. So this is going to be the team where we run exactly everything the same. The only difference is the Piercer Lord and seeing if Numera does more damage with poisons or with Iovar. This
I'm
team
so
is
jealous
getting
of Ingrid.
bopped! Oh no! We're not even that far yet, so I feel
We
like...
need Helga!
I feel
Helga,
like this
save us.
team is doing way less damage because my strategy for doing guild boss is just do enough damage to brute force your way through and just, you know, brute force your way through each phase. And if this team comp is dying this early before we're getting into the other phases, this tells me that this team, with the addition of Aracha over Iovar, is doing less damage.
I think that's probably just Iovar does so much damage that by getting rid of Iovar for Aracha's mediocre damage.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not even breaking through phase 2. So
Yes, this is
Yeah.
gonna skew the damage numbers quite a bit, I think, because
Yeah.
it didn't last as long.
but just for comparison's sake, we're gonna compare like the variables we saw last time versus this time. Okay, so in the first run with Iovar, we saw the top 3 were Silas, then Iovar, then Numera. And then we replace Iovar with Aracha. They have the same exact gear. But now we see Aracha all the way at the bottom. So right off the bat, you can see Iovar is way better than Aracha damage-wise.
He's the GOAT, honestly. He's
Yep.
best hero of all time.
And then with the change in lords, like you mentioned already, you know how goated arrogance was, and now that Iovar is not here supporting Numera with his lord buff, we see arrogance rise to the top before, like, doing more damage than Silas.
I mean, there's a reason why Arrogance can do 600 mil on some of these crazy teams. Like, he's so good. And yeah, he's irreplaceable.
Yep.
So
very, very strong unit indeed. So yeah, this just goes to show, like, okay, the few takeaways from these tests. Number one, Iovar is a crazy strong lord. Number two, even though we're trying to test the poison's damage with, or the, I guess, poison synergy with Numera, it doesn't seem like she's doing significantly more damage at all. You'd rather just run an Iovar buff instead. And then, any other takeaways you have from this?
I think that Numera, stun-wise, was kind of terrible
Yeah.
for Go Bust 2. I wouldn't even consider her for stunning in Go Bust 2, honestly.
Yeah, on paper it sounded really good, but then in reality you're like, wait, she's not even stunning at all.
It's like, wait, Numera's stunning her kit? I don't do that. I mean, the damage is pretty solid. It's nothing too exceptional. I mean, maybe with the Awakening she gets a bit better, but like compared to the amazing piercers in the faction, she does kind of fall flat from what I'm seeing here. But she's pretty good.
Yeah, she's not bad. I mean,
I don't need the next coming of Silas, okay? I'm happy with these really unique, interesting, pretty good heroes that don't just absolutely break the meta forever. I'm happy with this. I like Numera. She's cool.
Yeah, I think grade-wise, she gets like an A. She's not terrible.
Like an A-.
Yeah, maybe A- sounds good. Cause she's not terrible by any means, but she's not broken, like OP, like, oh my gosh, you guys need to get this unit ASAP.
Yeah. If you like the hero, you think she looks cool, you know, seems a bit interesting, go for her. She looks pretty cool. I mean, we're gonna have Valeria on her banner. Valeria is very good as well, so that is definitely a very good banner to pull for. Just a little bit of insider info for you guys there, but yeah.
Just for kicks and giggles, unless we want to test her with anything else, do you want to just run it again with full A5 and see if anything changes?
Absolutely.
With the
Absolutely.
Iovar comp?
Pump her up.
Gotta drug her up and see, is A5 worth it? So, if you're really lucky, or if you're a whale, we'll show you if it's worth the A5 or not. If you're trying to get the Valeria off the banner and you're just really unfortunate that you got her 5 times instead, we'll give a sneak preview of what you have to look forward to.
I'm prepared to see her do 500 million in 20 seconds.
Okay, we better see these results. We just need to see Numera at the top of the damage stats. And if she is not, then don't go for more than one copy of her unless you're really unlucky in your endeavor for getting Valeria.
Or you have everyone in the game A5 already.
I hope they make it through this phase because our only true damage coming in is Silas and well, I mean Numera, and then piercing
Iovar,
from
Numera.
Yeah, and Silas. And Arrogance, of course, because they're OP.
Yeah, I mean, Arrogance does so much damage that he doesn't even need to try to follow the rules of the boss. He just kind of does his own thing. He's like, oh, I'm supposed to use true damage? Nah, I'm just gonna hit you really hard.
He's
and that's Arrogance
insanely strong. I got really lucky when I got him, but originally when Lust and Arrogance banner first came out, I was trying really hard to pull for Arrogance, and I ended up swiping, and then I hit Pity and got Crash, and I was like, I hate this game. I can't think of a worse thing to happen to somebody And I'm like, bro, this is not even my first crash. I was so distraught when that happened that I was trying to awaken the crash copy. I ended up putting the built copy into the freshly new one, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wasted all my resources in the original. So that was even
so you got hit with the double whammy of mistakes.
It made me feel more distraught from that because like I was already distraught from swiping, hitting pity just to get a crash, and then feeding the wrong awakening, and I was like, I hate this game so much right now.
You were so over it. You're like,
Yep.
nah, I ain't playing this game ever again.
But eventually I got over it and I'm still here.
And
Because
then you finally realized that Crash is the strongest hero in the game.
that's right, he's like fully OP. If you guys haven't seen my Nerf Crash video yet, check it out. I'll probably show it up here or something, but insane unit, super broken after Ingrid stonks.
Yep, absolutely. Like, truly the best hero ever conceived.
Oh my gosh, Arrogance died! Everyone's dying!
Yeah, GG.
Well, it was a good run.
Is dead. No.
It was a good run! Alright, well that was a very, like, not perfect run, but, you know, let's see what we end up with. Oh! Actually, she did end up at the top!
Interesting.
Ah! Okay, so Iovar died a lot, so that's probably why he's at the bottom here. But
honestly, I thought she would do more. Is that bad?
okay, it's not 500 million, but she.
I mean, the only thing is A3 Arrogance alone would do like 90.
Okay, that's true. Well, we are comparing like a A0 Arrogance versus a A5 Numera, but Arrogance does have a bond skill. Not that it makes a significant, phenomenal difference. But, I mean, if you happen to pull an A5 Numera, this is what you can look forward to if you have Iovar and the rest of this team. It's not the greatest to run Guild Boss 2, and on paper, she sounds like she'd be a great Guild Boss 2 unit, but she's okay. She's mediocre.
She's above average for sure. I just would not put her on my short list of units you have to go for Guild Boss 2.
Yeah.
Also keep in mind that if you add Dolores or Constance, Arrogance will probably do even better comparatively because she has more like true damage effects, while he just like is raw damage. So that too, but she's solid. If I pick her up on her banner without hopefully spending too many diamonds, then I'll definitely be happy.
Yeah.
I'd try her out.
Same. I think for collection purposes, I'll grab her. I like her like design-wise, and I like the Piercer faction, so we're just gonna collect her. And if I happen to get Valeria along the way, you know, that's more awakenings. I have her A1 already, so if I happen to make her like A2 or A3, like whatever, I won't be mad. So I will definitely be pulling on her banner, and whether or not I get either unit, like I'll take both. That would be like the best case scenario.
Do you have Valeria yet?
Yeah, I have Valeria A1.
Ooh, nice.
Mans is definitely asleep.
I don't think I can remember your name or my name.
I was like, yeah, I have Valeria A1. If I get more, that'd be great. And 2 seconds later, oh yeah, do you have Valeria yet? Go get some sleep after this, bro.
What even is life, man? Like, are we even here?
Yeah, usually Destined is asleep at this time, but he took the time to join me in my testing endeavors, and this is what we have. So, ta-da!
Why are we here? Just to suffer?
to see if she's worth the A5 or not, to see if she's worth the summon resources being wasted or not. To see.
And the answer is A5 someone else.
Yeah, A5 someone else for sure. But yeah, that is the Numera showcase. What do you guys think? We did the best we could to go over her skills, her lore, the best place content-wise we think she could be good in. Unfortunately, we can't test Arbiter of Frost because that is not open right now. Maybe in a future, sometime in the future, if that opens up, I will try to test her again with a poison comp and see how that goes.
Yeah, that would be sick.
I'm not sure if it'll be Ingrid, so or like a soul.
Oh, I guarantee it does not. there is no world it beats Ingrid.
Yeah.
Ingrid is too strong. I think maybe she could have some viability in Gear Dungeon 2. You know, at the top where you can use someone to deal like magic damage.
Oh,
kind of like a
that's
Zilla 2
true,
if you don't
yeah.
have Zilla 2. Like maybe for a Piercer comp she could do okay damage in Guild Boss 1 if you don't have many other options, you know. Like maybe Gear Raid 3 if she hits air, which I assume she does. That would be good.
I'm actually curious, does she? We can test
Oh.
that real quick.
Oh, you're going against a an Ingrid team. Oh no.
Well, we're just trying to see if she hits airborne units. Because if Arrogance hits airborne units, so if we're comparing her to Arrogance, we have to see if she also hits airborne units. Otherwise, it's like, wow, she's worse than Aspan. Because at least he's a floor
if she doesn't
unit.
hit air, then if she doesn't hit air, she drops down like 2 full letter grades. That's how bad that would be.
Oh, she
Okay, good.
does! Okay, alright. Confirmed. She does hit airborne units. We're good.
So that's great. That's like
We're good.
that's like what, number 8 air hitting fighter or something like that. I don't remember.
Any final thoughts or conclusions about her? Oh, wrong one. Here, the complete one.
Ooh, there's no difference. Yeah, I mean overall, I like that they're not adding only OP units, you know, that are like game breaking. So I'm definitely very happy with this hero. A lot of fun, looks cool, definitely worth going for. Also, BP not too shabby for a Guild v Guild, so that's something to keep in mind as well. You could probably get that up to like 104 or 105, which is kind of interesting. So yeah.
Yep. Alright, so I guess that's it. I'll definitely be pulling for her for collection purposes. And I agree with Destin's sentiments. I'm glad that we're getting like really cool looking units, very unique kit, something different. And you know, it's not like she's useless and unusable, but she's not like super broken or OP. And we don't need that. We don't need continuous power creep just to, you know, get people to pull on banners. And then have a bunch of war drama. We don't need that. But yeah.
Yeah, let's not have another Boreas on our hands.
Yeah.
Let's not do that again.
Alright, so I guess that will conclude our showcase / test run with Numera. Any final thoughts before we end this video, Destin?
Sub to Fort Pancakes. Thank you very much for coming on my channel. Thanks for letting me come on the channel. I appreciate it. I'm probably gonna go pass the hell out after this. But thank you. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming on and joining me with this test run / showcase. This was definitely a lot of fun. You gave a lot of great insights, and yes, please do sleep after this. And you definitely need it. I know I need it, but so do you. We both.
You should go to sleep too, man.
I'm already caffeinated up on my gamer subs. I know this looks like dirty dishwater. It's actually titty milk flavor. Okay, for anyone that knows gamer subs.
Oh, it's only a flavor? I gotta cancel my order.
Oh, well, I mean, you can use your imagination and enjoy it more. Anyway, that'll be it. So once again, if you guys like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to head over to Destin's channel and subscribe if you haven't already, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows, the #1 leaker guy in the community. Oh, by the way, thanks for being for the people. You were teetering back and forth with a lot of people about like your test server access versus being the leaker guy. But Destin, you know, stuck to being the man of the people and, you know, for when, I don't know, English is weird, but he gave up his test server access opportunity to stick with
can't stop the
leaks.
leaky boy, okay?
Yeah, but
Once a leaky boy, always a leaky boy.
there you have it, guys. So you can look forward to all the leaks and inside scoop for the game from this guy over here. And if he ever needs to look at test server stuff, you got me and the other test server people. So, yeah, that's it for this video. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, y'all. Bye.
Bye.